Well, hello everybody, or as we would like to say, Kalispera to you in Greek. My name is Jeremiah Dell, and welcome to a little video we would like to call Guidelines for a Safe Trip to Greece. Let's get started. For today's topics, we will be going over preparing for your trip abroad, travel and transportation, the local laws, knowing the culture, business meetings, the U.S. and Greek embassy. So, when you're preparing for your trip abroad, make sure that you will be there for less than 90 days, because then you will not need a visa. But if you are, you will need a visa if you're going to be there for longer than 90 days. Your passport needs to be up to date if it's at least 6 months from expiration. So just check it is in the front of your passport. You can just open it up, see when the expiration date is, and that will let you know. Also, if you're planning to take some medication over there, check with the Greek embassy here in the United States. They will know what is legal and not or illegal over in Greece. I will put all that information and a link to where you can find that and to call them about your medication. So for travel and transportation, that is kind of a big deal here, is how you're going to get around. Well, if you wish to rent a car there, you will need to carry your driver's license, but you will also need a IDP, or as it's called, an International Driver's Permit. This is important. You can get this online with AAA or AATA. I will have those links at the end of this presentation for you to check out. This is very, very important. The way you do this is you need to submit one and pay for it a couple of weeks before you take off for Greece, as you need this will come through the mail, so you do not want to worry about that when you are about ready to take off when you're flying. Also, just kind of a notice when you are driving, make sure you're not texting or calling. Drinking and driving and DUI is all illegal in Greece. But if you're not wanting to drive, there is also public transportation. There are metros and buses there. So when you are purchasing, make sure you purchase a valid ticket, and it is for the specific transportation. Because if you do not purchase the right ticket, you will get fined for not having a valid ticket. So, with that being said, we have local laws that we have to put. Know the laws. I also have put a link at the end of this presentation for you to check out on local laws that are there in Greece. Make sure that you are also not carrying any pepper spray or mace. I know many people would like to carry that around for protection, self-defense, but it is not allowed in Greece. Also, make sure you have your passport with you at all times. I highly recommend a little necklace for it with a little pouch in it. They're very easy to find. You can get them on Amazon or anywhere that sells them. But with that, if you are arrested, you need to let the police know that you are a U.S. citizen, as the U.S. Embassy needs to know this as soon as possible. They need to know what happened and where you are located right now, being placed under arrest. This is very, very important in case of any situation, so that they know that you are a U.S. citizen. So, now knowing the culture, the Greeks are awesome. All right, I have to think that they are one of the coolest countries in the world, but that's just me saying that. Their official language is Greek. However, they also speak Albanian, Turkish, Bulgarian, and Russian. Even now, some of the newer, younger generations are speaking English, but that does not guarantee that they know English. So if you are in a business meeting and you need a translator that is best to know, make sure you contact a translator with that. Also, they are very religious. Their religion is generally Eastern Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, which is under the Christianity religion. So they may invite you to church. You never know. When introducing yourself, make sure that another person introduces you to others. Do not introduce yourself. They like presenting others to their friends, to colleagues, and whatnot. So, generally that will be, you'll meet somebody maybe at the airport. You can introduce yourself there, but that person will then introduce you to somebody else, which then they will introduce and go on and so forth. When you're introducing yourself, make sure you include a handshake. That is very, very polite. That is what they like. But they also like to give a kiss on the cheek. It depends on how friendly they are or how quickly you get to know them. So just take notice of that. Um, when it comes to the another portion of the culture, they are very welcoming and friendly. So you may get a little uncomfortable. They are not about personal space. They love to know you. So be prepared for uncomfortable questions. If you are invited somewhere, you do not have to be punctual. They are very, very laid back. But that does not give you the excuse to be 30 minutes late. So they understand that there's traffic and whatnot, but make sure that you are punctual with that. Also, most invitations are business casual. When you're going, say, to coffee or to get lunch or dinner, or to a party, it is very business casual. But if you think it may be formal, just ask them. They don't want you to panic over that. Um, Also, when it comes to eating, they love to eat. So make sure you are pacing yourself for when you're eating. They do find it very, very rude if you leave food on the plate. So just pace yourself on that. It's a lot of fun, very delicious. When it comes to business meetings, dress code is European standard. What that means is dark suits, lace-up ties, ladies, dark pants, and dresses. It needs to be very, very formal. When you get to know them, you will get to know them on a personal level. They love knowing yourself personally, your family. They just love wanting to know you. Also, first impressions very matter. They tend to judge you when you first meet them. So, like I said, be personal with them. Always accept an invite to a meal or coffee. That is a very go-to. They love to, if they find the first impression amazing, they will invite you to coffee. That is the best way to go about this. And so you may be wondering, well, where comes in the business aspect? Well, let them introduce the topic of business. Do not be forthcoming with them. They tend to want to draw it in when they feel comfortable with you, with themselves on this topic. It could be a very, very big financial situation. It could be something altogether with their business. So just be patient with them. And that's the last point is patience is very, very key. With the U.S. Embassy, the location is in Athens. There is the address in case you're like, oh, I need to go see the U.S. Embassy, or you just want to take a picture with it, which is awesome. The phone number is also there. That is very, very important to know. Um, Also know the U.S. Consulate in case you can't get to the U.S. Embassy, because this is in Thessaloniki, Greece, which is in a totally different location. They also have two different numbers that you can call. Um, and also with the Greek embassy, there's one in DC, but there's also a Houston consulate because I know here in Texas we like it a little bit closer if we want to go visit, or you can just call them at those numbers there. Um, so that is our end of our presentation. This is the additional information just in case if you're wanting to check out the local laws or you need to get an IDP for that. Well, that concludes my little presentation for you guys. Hope you enjoy. Have a great day and goodbye.